Sharing out my life. You guys, I'm on my new computer. I don't know. I sent it out to 33 people. I don't know what I'm doing. This is weird. This is very weird. Hi, Kay. Hi, Praxis. Nerd Unleashed. Welcome in. Welcome in. And I think somewhere I should be able to see my YouTube chat, but right there I can't. So let's pull up my laptop. I'm still learning all of this. This is weird. It's crazy. All right. Let's pull up my YouTube chat over here. Do I have this muted? Because I should. What? What's going on? How come I can't type? We're going to restart that. I don't know what's going on over there. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited. This is so fun. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, 3 Pips. Good morning, everybody. You guys, I haven't been live for a minute, so we're probably going to need to be tapping the screen, sharing out the live, doing all the good things. And also, I'm on YouTube Studio. And that means that sometimes it takes a while for YouTube to start pushing you out when you use Studio instead of your phone all of a sudden. But, oh, I hope you have a wonderful time at the library. If somebody wouldn't mind checking my YouTube, and then let me know how is that going over there, because I'm trying to pull it up right now on my laptop. I thought I would be able to see. Oh, okay. I think I can now. I think I can now see the YouTube chat. I can. Hi, Alex. I'm CrystalJae. Welcome in, Alex. Good to see you. Master of Joe. Welcome in over on the YouTube. I am so excited. East Rice. Good to see you. It is a lot of pink. It's a lot of pink. But it's pink and black and white and red all over, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Ashura. Hi, Ace. If any of my friendlies want to come up, I would love that because I hate being alone. I can do an Auntie Sermon today if you'd like. And I thought I'd let you guys pick out who we would do today in Genesis. Your screen cuts off my topic. Like in which, like, is it too wide? Is it too wide? And is this on TikTok? Hey, Board. Welcome in. So it's too wide? I just want to make sure because these are things that can be fixed. But it's weird because it's right in the center. Well, come on up. Anybody who wants to come up and hang out with me, okay, is it better? I just made it smaller. If somebody would like to come up and talk to me and help me, that would be great. Because I don't know what you're talking about. The text is just too wide. Right. So I need to make my screen smaller. Is that correct? I made it smaller already. Do I need to make it smaller still?
A little bit smaller. The B is cut off and the two W's are cut off.
Okay, here we go. Oh, 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 oh. How does that look?
That should be good. That looks great.
Okay. Everybody can see everything now? All right, we're good. Wait, what do you mean
you want
the
to drop
other
me
way?
down? I
Wait,
got to go to the library.
what do they mean by the other way now? What do they mean?
No, it looks great. It looks perfect.
All right, I'm going to drop you.
Okay, so here's the thing. When you have this specific layout, it is weird. There's a different layout for you and I on the panel than what the comments see. So everything needs to be shifted to the right.
Okay, so I still need to move it?
Yep, I would make it a little bit smaller and to the right a little bit more.
Okay. Can people in chat tell me now, does that look good? Because board sees it different up here. Stop
is the
there.
Background, is the background all the same, or are you able to move the text independently of the background?
No, it's all the same.
Okay. There's just like one word, like the H and the E is cut off for me as a guest. But other than that,
what I can do, hang on. I forgot I could do some cool things now. Hang on.
This is what I would do. Like,
I'm gonna fix it in Canva.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't make it in Canva. Don't make it touch the edges. Make the text box smaller and in the center.
Okay.
Especially since your prompt is so short, you don't need to stretch it out that much.
Okay. Let's do that real quick. And I'm just going to move it more towards the center. Okay. And we're going to go.
And then you're just using the green screen effect, right?
Actually, no. That's my real background. that's my real house behind me. I have it blurred just a little bit. That's all. Just so you won't see messes. So just
Oh, you have it like the camera as the second half of your screen then.
Yeah.
Oh, super cool. I like that.
All right, I don't know. I think I changed what my actual topic was, but it's good enough. And we'll do this. And if this works, okay, let me add an image source over here now. See, you guys, I'm telling you, this is all the stuff streamers have to learn. You have no idea.
This is are you streaming through TikTok Studio or something else?
Yes, TikTok Studio and OBS.
Yeah, it might be easier just to have each of those like different elements in TikTok Studio, right? So you have your logo, you have your main background, you have like the text that you can change in or out as different elements in TikTok Studio. That way it's easier to like resize and change things up. I can help you do that too if you want to hop on a Discord call or something.
Awesome. Okay, let me see. Okay, is that better?
Oh, much better. I can see it perfect.
Okay. It wasn't really the original topic, but I was like, wait, what did I say about women? I forgot what I said. But it works. It works. Okay.
How exciting.
Well, okay, so the reason I have it set up exactly the way I do, because so I got a new camera and Unless I go into OBS and zoom myself out, my head is like gigantic on the screen, and my OCD could not handle that. I was like, I cannot go in there and be some big old head on the screen.
Yeah.
So,
Is your OBS just screen like window capturing what's in TikTok Studio?
no, I'm using a virtual camera with OBS on.
Oh, it's a different setup. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so then I was able to zoom out, but that meant like the top portion was kind of a black bar. So I was like, that's a perfect place to put my topic.
Yeah. Well, it looks awesome, Crystal. This is so freaking exciting. It looks so dope. I don't know what it is, but with TikTok Studio, you get so many more guests, which I absolutely love. So I think you'll have a lot of fun.
I do love that.
That's the best part. Yeah. So cool. Yeah, if you wanna I can help you with like your different elements and stuff on TikTok Studio if you want help.
Awesome.
Just give me a call.
So today I thought, since it's all new and everything, and really obviously I'm trying to build up my YT side of things, not my YT, but my YT.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited because now every single time I went live, there was an issue with sound or something over on YouTube. And now I feel like, yay, I get to not have to deal with that so much. But
it's so much more seamless. Yeah.
So I'm only doing right now TikTok and YouTube vertical, but eventually I'd like to add my horizontal, and I'd like to also add Twitch, because I'm an affiliate over on Twitch, so I should like maybe do
sweet
that over there. So
what did you do over on Twitch to be an affiliate? What?
I used to be
You were a gamer? You were a gamer in another
No,
I
I do game, but I didn't get affiliate from gaming. I got it from I'm sorry. Can you hold on for 1 second?
Yeah.
Hello?
You might want to
This
mute.
is she. It's okay.
Oh.
Yes. It's I have surgery on Tuesday, and they're about to book me, I think, right now. They're going to tell me what time to be there. But then they put me on hold. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's calling because I see that we're going to do surgery on Tuesday. Yes. And I wonder, are you going to come today, like at 12, to a pre-op here in kind of hospital? Not today. I can come tomorrow if you'd like. Can you do tomorrow at 11? Sure. Okay. You're going to come to the main front doors of the head of hospital. And just tell the guard that you have an appointment to get to the office. Okay, sounds good. Can you give your insurance card? Absolutely. And then a list of any medicine or vitamins that you take. You got it. All right. You don't have a folder or ground folder? Nope. All right. Do you take any of the once-a-week injectables like? Not yet, but I will be taking the pill pretty soon. Don't take anything until after surgery. You got it. All right. All right. See you tomorrow. All right. Thank you. Bye. So I just have a little pre-op appointment for tomorrow. A lot of you guys know I had malignant melanoma in 2018, and now because of just some concerns, they're going to be checking for uterine cancer on Tuesday. And even if I have it, it will be a hysterectomy, and I will be fine. Okay, so I will be fine no matter what it is, but that's just what's going on. Hey, Vice, welcome to the show.
Hi, I just wanted to say that I love you, and I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Like, I'm really happy that I got this all set up, and it's thanks to all of you guys. Like, so many people gifted me and chipped in and stuff, and I feel like a grown-up. Feel all grown up, and my podcast sounds so much better now. I'm so excited. Hey Yish, welcome to the show. Can I get your age for TikTok purposes?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Okay, and are you a Christian or a believer of the God of the Bible?
Yeah, I believe in the Bible.
Okay, why does God hate women?
That's a fallacious question. What's the argument that he does?
From the beginning of the Bible to the end of the Bible, he shows unfettered partiality towards men. He punishes women for men's sins. He treats women unfairly. He tells people they can sell us as property. They can burn us alive. He does not treat men like that. He
Oh,
loves men.
well, partiality toward the men doesn't necessitate hating women for one. But can you show me God hating women in the Bible?
What do you mean? Like, first of all, I disagree. I believe that if you are supposed to be all loving and you show partiality, then you actually hate whoever you are,
Uh,
not showing
I
that
don't
love to.
grant. I don't grant an all loving God.
You don't agree that he's an all loving God?
No,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
grant all loving.
Okay. But so do you want just like to go over a few verses with me about where he shows that he doesn't really
Yeah,
care about women? All right.
yeah.
Let's do this one. Oh, let's do, I want to go, let's do this one. I have a lot, so it takes a minute, you know? I think actually we're going to do this one instead. Okay, this is the fact that he does not care about women's consent. Do you agree that he doesn't care about women's consent in the Bible?
I disagree.
You disagree. All right, let's read in Deuteronomy
Deuteronomy,
chapter
Deuteronomy
25.
22.
I'm sorry, what?
Is it Deuteronomy 22?
No, it's Deuteronomy.
Okay.
It's Deuteronomy 25, verse 5. It's the Levirate marriage. When brothers reside together and one of them dies and has no son, the wife of the deceased shall not be married outside the family to a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go into her, taking her in marriage and performing the duty of a husband's brother to her. Where is her consent?
What? Oh, wait. So,
What do you
what's
mean?
your contention?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your contention?
I asked you a question. I read you a verse and asked you a question.
Okay, you read me a verse and asked me a question. What is this
What
question
what
pertaining to?
what verse did I read? What did I say in the verse that I
You
just
said
read?
Deuteronomy 25. It's a
Uh-huh.
law about if a man dies and has no sons, then the wife is supposed to marry the brother.
Right. Where is her consent in that?
This is not like a text about grape or anything, so I don't know where you're getting consent from.
What? You don't think that a woman should have consent on who she marries after her husband unalives? You don't think that there's a
What?
problem with that?
Well, no, because in this specific context, right, we're talking about um back in the ancient times, right? Women didn't really have anybody to provide for
That's not
them.
true.
Like they could. Oh,
That's not true.
hold on.
No. I'm sorry if you're wrong.
Hold.
I'm going to correct you.
Wait.
That's not true.
Why are you cutting me off?
Because you're telling something that's
Wait.
not true.
Oh,
You're not. It's not
I
true.
could. Okay, I could. Okay, then I
Women
can
had
cut you off.
careers. Women had
I
careers.
was going to. I was going to finish.
You already said something that wasn't
That
true.
what? Can I finish what I'm going to say?
No, not if what you're saying is not true.
Okay, then bye bye.
A woman, okay, bye bye. I don't know, like, what? It's just not true that women couldn't have a job or wouldn't survive without a man. It's not true. Hey, if you're friendly, want to come up and hang out with me, I need a friendly. I like a co-host. I like having that. So just put a request in. The guest box is open.
Yo, what's going on?
Hi, welcome to the show. Can I get your age for TikTok purposes?
21.
And are you a Christian or a believer of the God of the Bible?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why does God hate women?
Because they're subhuman, unfortunately.
Why?
Because like God made them with like lower IQs, you feel me?
But women have higher IQs in general over men many of the times. As a matter of fact, the smartest person in the world right now is a 3-year-old girl. She has the highest IQ.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's an outlier. She has the spirit of a man.
So you're just making up stuff. You don't have a real reason. You just personally hate women?
And not me personally. It's just like a fact of life.
No. So do you get laid often? I mean, do women like it that you are hateful towards women?
I've never seen a woman in my life. I actually like self-isolated myself. You feel me?
So did you just come up to troll?
No, I'm actually a goblin type shit.
So did you want to talk about something seriously or just...
Nah, how's your day been?
Well, it was better until you got here.
Oh, it must be because like you didn't get in the kitchen and all that.
No, it must be because you're a boring guest who has nothing to offer. Hey, you guys, tap the screen, share out the live, send me your heart me's. Let's get me up in those team rankings today. Don't forget, if we meet my gift goal, I stay live an extra hour just for you guys. And welcome to my new show. I'm really excited. This is so fun. Hey, Fennerson, welcome to the show, my friend. Good to see you.
Hello. Did you listen to my song yet?
I have not listened to it yet. Is it on Discord?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Discord.
Okay, I actually have multi things now. So let's see if I can get it to come up because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. Okay, I see it.
You see it?
All right, let me see.
Okie dokie.
Are you guys ready? I'm going to play this song for y'all.
Yay. I wrote it myself, and Morgan Le Fay did the music.
Can you guys hear it?
Yes.
Walking together.
That was really good.
Really proud of that.
That
Hey,
was
I
really
want to
good.
say something about that song. Judging by the comments, it's people approved, but that even had two of my birds over here banging their heads with it.
That's awesome.
So well done.
Danny, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Hi. Oh my gosh, that was absolutely amazing and completely unexpected. Thank you so much for playing that.
You're
That
welcome.
is
I've been sharing it around here and there. I've been thinking about using it on my own lives, but I've kind of been not doing debate lives anymore on my side of things. So I haven't really had a chance to use it. But
So that's your work?
yeah, I wrote the song, and Morgan put it into the AI format.
Wow, that is really awesome. Well done. Well done. And I didn't even join. I mean, I joined before I even heard it. So I joined because I was listening to the other guy that was on that was like had never seen a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serial, welcome to the show. Can I get your age for TikTok purposes?
27.
And are you a Christian or a believer of the God of the Bible?
No, yeah, you can say that.
Okay. Danny, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about why does God hate women?
Oh, I don't think God hates women at all.
Oh,
Not at all.
Are you a Christian or a believer of the God of the Bible?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And have you read the whole Bible?
Well, I tried. I went to Mormon seminary and, they tried to get me to swallow all that kind of stuff and wasn't really interested.
So if you haven't read it, how do you know that what I'm saying isn't true?
I have intuition. Most women do.
Okay. So what if I show you verses in the Bible where he clearly does not like us?
Well, I would agree with you in a lot of passages. I mean, it kind of seems like the God of the Old Testament was really harsh.
Yeah,
But,
Jesus wasn't nice either. He was very rude to women.
Wait, Danny, you said you're a Christian, right?
Well, it depends on how you spell it. And there's a lot to that. But yes.
You're either a Christian or you're not.
Fundamentally.
What does fundamentally mean?
Well, it depends on the perspective that you're talking about and the paradigm that you live in, and my opinion on the whole Christian philosophy.
This is so odd to me.
Do I think that Christians are the way, the truth, and the light? Not necessarily.
So you're not a Christian.
People believe differently.
Christians aren't the way, the truth, or the life. Jesus said he is, not Christians.
So Danny, you're not really a Christian then.
I am what I say I am. I am what I believe I am. There's all kinds of different titles that you can apply to a
For the
person.
people in the
Doesn't-
audience, this is called the No True Scotsman fallacy. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm just giving them a play-by-play. This is called
okay.
Christian on Christian violence, and they're doing the No True Scotsman fallacy. I'm sorry,
And
go
as the
ahead.
Scotsman in the room, I think I have the hardest stance on.
Oh, we have
on this
Scotsmen
fallacy.
here? Oh,
So
I love Scotland. I love Scotland.
I'm so confused.
Well, let me unconfuse you. First of all, God does hate women. Pretty much from the beginning of the Bible to the end of the Bible, he lets you know that women are not what this Bible is about. It's for men, to men. It's actually by men. And that's why there's so much inequality in the Bible when it comes to women in the Bible.
So which passage specifically are you gonna look at?
I can look at many of them, but I still want to talk to Danny. Danny, as a woman, how do you look at verses in the Bible where God says, fathers, when you sell your daughters into slavery, burn women alive if they have sex before marriage and they're a daughter of a priest. Hey, let's cut up this concubine and send her out to the 12 tribes of Israel. How do you allow for that kind of heinous violence and hatred towards women and tell me that this God still loves women? And you're a woman.
Well, I would say that growing up, I never believed that God hated women. I kind of understood that men rewrote the Bible. I mean, there's so many different iterations of the Bible, and King James Version, it's no
But
different.
we have the translations now from the oldest text that we can possibly have, and we know how to translate it now better than we ever have before. So I really hate when people use we have so many translations now. Then find the one that's closest to the Hebrew in your language, which I use the NRSV UE because it's closest to the original text in Hebrew. So we know what it says. It's not been changed. It says what it says. These were the laws they live by.
So you were talking about how they were saying that selling daughters off or something.
Yes. The Bible tells men that they can sell their daughters off in slavery.
So did God approve of that?
Oh, absolutely. It's God talking through Moses. Let me pull this up for you. Give me 1 second here. You guys, while I'm pulling this up, you know what? You guys should do all the good things. Tap your screen, share out the live, send me gifts, send my panelists gifts because they like gifts.
I've actually found out that I hate gifts, and people that give me gifts make me nervous. I don't know. It makes me feel like people care about me, and
when people talk about these different things, these things may have happened, but whether God approved of it or not maybe is a different question.
What does God say about Moses? When are you supposed to stop believing what Moses said?
I mean, I'm not quite sure. I haven't read the whole Bible. I'm an atheist.
Never. You're never. God said Moses is his main man. And whatever he said, you're to believe until the end of time. And Jesus reiterated. He said, if you know Moses' words, then that's me. Those are my words. I'm in agreement with Moses. So when Moses says this thing, it's from Moses. Okay, 21:7, Exodus 21:7. When a man sells his daughter as a slave, she shall not go out as the male slaves do. What? Inequality? Men get to go free, but women don't. But I thought God loved women the same. I don't think he does. I'm sorry. They don't get to go free, but the men get to go free in the year of Jubilee.
So yeah, as an atheist, I haven't read the whole Bible, but when God when that happens, and you say that women are like kept as like slaves, and that the men like get to go free. As like, are the women like being unalived and like tortured and everything?
They're being raped. They're being whatever they have to do. If you're a slave, you do whatever your master says. The Bible tells you that you can beat a slave until an inch of its life. Okay. So yeah, they're slaves. They're treated however the owner wants to treat them.
Well, yeah, but when we look at slaves throughout history, are all slaves being raped?
If any slave is ever had intercourse with, that is by definition rape, yes.
And do all slaves, and all throughout history, have all slaves had...
Does it matter if all... Like, I don't understand that line of questioning. Is slavery ever good? Is there a good kind of slavery? Because I don't think there is. Owning another human is abhorrent. Danny, thanks for coming up. And, I guess he left too. Well, that's what happens when you find out that the God of the universe does not like women. Okay, Peter's coming up.
Do you think that God, in your reading of the Bible, hates people like me or women more?
Women and children. He hates women and children, but women the most.
I'm a guy-loving pagan.
Okay, but here's the thing. One, okay,
Yeah.
I don't really believe the original text is saying that homosexuality is a sin. I really don't believe that. I've spoken to many rabbis about that. That's not what that verse says. That's not what that's about. Okay. And two, while the Old Testament, has things against pagans, remember, they also had relationships with countries that didn't think like them. So, right? Yeah. So it all depends whether they could use you for something, right? So they don't hate you, okay? But they hate women. And in the New Testament, pagans can be grafted in. So you've got that, kind of loophole there for you.
Yeah. As long as we can trade, as long
as
yeah.
Peter, welcome to the show. I think we've spoken before. You are a Christian, correct?
Correct. Yes, I am a Christian.
Okay, why does God hate women?
I don't think he does.
Well, why does he seem to treat women so overwhelmingly worse than he treats men?
In which sense?
What do you mean, in what sense? I think you know. I think you've been on enough of these panels. You've spoken to us enough before.
Which verse?
Like when Christians play dumb. You know what I mean?
Coherently, the which verse, though?
I said overall. So I'm asking you a very plain question. Why does God treat women so much worse in the Bible than he does men?
He doesn't, especially if you look in the historical side and context of things historically, not just given the manuscripts, but obviously the historical side of how they were living and what happened, etc. Mm-hmm. But yes, I can answer all their questions even without that. So can you just give me a verse and we can continue the conversation?
Let's all turn to the story of Sodom and Gomorrah in Genesis chapter 19. Now, if you'll remember, here we are in Sodom and Gomorrah, and these messengers of God are at the door of Lot's house, and this group of people are pounding outside the door, and the messengers of God are there to tell Lot to get the fuck out. Okay, so we're going to pick up on verse 12. Then the men said to Lot, "Have you anyone else here?" sons-in-law, sons, daughters, or anyone you have in the city, bring them out of the place. For we are about to destroy this place, because the outcry against its people has become great before the Lord, and the Lord has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and said to his sons-in-law who were to marry his daughters, "Up, get out of this place, for the Lord is about to destroy the city." But he seemed to his sons-in-law to be jesting. When the morning dawned, the angels urged Lot, saying, "Get up, take your wife and your daughters who are here, or else you will be consumed in the punishment of the city." But he lingered. So the men seized him and his wife and his 2 daughters by the hand, the Lord being merciful to him. And they brought him out and left him outside the city. Now, I don't think I need to read the rest of the story for us all to remember. Excuse me, I'm still talking. I don't think I need to read the rest of the story to remind everybody what happens next to Lot's wife. But I will read it because somebody would like me to read on. So let's read on, okay? So Lot lingered, and God showed mercy to him. Okay?
Correct.
Yeah.
We believe righteous people did make mistakes like marrying multiple.
Why
women,
didn't
for
he
example,
show
they
mercy to
don't
Lot's
condemn
wife?
that.
Why didn't he show mercy to Lot's wife when she lingers, when she turns and looks back?
Well, the action wasn't approved. If you look at 2 Peter and actually read what happened, actually.
So you're not. I don't. What are you talking about? It's not approved. What are you talking about? And nowhere in the Bible does it say that Lot. It does not say that Lot that God did anything to Lot for lingering. He showed mercy on him, but he punished Lot's wife.
No, but the actions that he did, we do condemn that.
I'm not asking you if you do. You're missing the point. Why doesn't God punish Lot like he punished Lot's wife? Why is there an unequal amount of punishment between the two of them?
I'm already answered your question.
Okay. Well, have a good day, Peter. Because you don't
You
want to
too.
engage.
Yeah, God bless.
Yeah, fuck you too. The little God bless at the end is a fuck you, in case you guys didn't know. That's what they really mean. It's Southern fuck you, if you ask me. But I'm sorry. That's not an answer to tell me we think that Lot was wrong, but God showed you he didn't think he was wrong. God was perfectly fine with what Lot did and showed him mercy. Do not use caps in my chat. You will be muted if you do. Caps are for my mods only so that they can send me messages that I can see easily. Okay, and he lingered. Peter, she looked back and he lingered. The same fucking thing, okay? They did not do what they were being told to do when they were supposed to do it, and God showed him mercy. There's many stories like this. Miriam and Aaron, they both talk shit on Moses. Miriam gets punished. Aaron doesn't. David and Bathsheba, God unalives a kid that David never wanted to begin with. He literally does a post-birth abortion for David to get rid of the problem. I'm sorry. What did you want, Kimberly? I just had to
I may need to exit and come back in because I can't remember if, like, you know how mods can mute the person when they're over talking somebody?
Yeah.
Did you give me that status?
I thought so. Let me check your. I don't know how to check when I'm live.
And also, like, it's showing that I'm a mod, but I couldn't mute that guy, Peter, that was using all caps.
Now, do you have flexible enough thumbs as a bird to do these sorts of things? Would be my first question.
Yes, I I actually had my thumbs checked out by my avian vet a couple months ago, and they are working properly.
All right, just making sure.
I don't
Oh,
know
and
how to
I
fix
gifted
that.
you, huh?
I don't know how to fix that right now. I'll have to look at it later because I'm using TikTok Studio as a whole different thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna jump out and back in because sometimes so yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, thank you so much. Oh, and you said you gifted me, and I didn't know what you were going to tell me about the gift, but let me know when you come back up. Hey, let's read a little bit about what's going over on YouTube. Welcome in, everybody on YouTube. God as Allah. I don't know what that means. Shame on you all. You're a bunch of sickos. I think they're talking in chat. They could possibly be talking to us. Could they, Fen? I don't think they're talking to us.
Not at all.
Not us. Boys and girls in the age of men and grand women. I don't even know what that means. Silly goose. Silly goose. Look, I'm on YouTube and it looks nice, doesn't it? I'm so glad to see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you, Slay the day. That's my buddy. Okay, is it better? Can you mute Fan?
No, please don't.
Yeah, I have all the mod capabilities back now.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Yeah, you guys, if you're not following me over on the YouTubes, my YouTube is I am CrystalJae. IAMCRYSTALJAE. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube, but you also just go to the link in my bio over here on TikTok and do all the things up there. Okay. You started to say, Kimberly, you said you sent me a gift. What were you going to say about that? You said something.
Oh, I was actually talking about Finn because he said he felt loved. So I'll retract that gift because I would hate for you to feel loved.
I gotta let my cat out. Hang on 1 second.
But I'm about to gift you as well, though, too, Crystal, because I always have to. There we go. I sent you a rose.
Okay. Eve was the one of humans that initially disobeyed God, not Adam. She betrayed both Adam and God by tempting Adam into eating the apple after Eve ate it. That's not even how the story goes. First of all, it is a bunch of men who said Eve was tempted first. So it is Eve's fault. They were both standing there. I'm going to tell you this right now. If my husband and I both have like some kind of, contractor come over to our house and they, give us an estimate where they're just screwing us over and I sit down and sign that contract and immediately my husband signs the contract right after me, we've both been deceived. There's no other way to look at it. Adam was deceived too. Now, if you want to look at it in a more literal sense, you can say that Eve was deceived and Adam chose to absolutely disobey God, knowing everything he knew, and that Eve ate it. So I think he's more culpable. Just saying. You guys, how are we doing on, we need to get the likes up there. And also, if you haven't sent me your heart meat, send me your heart meat. It is just like 1 coin. And then go collect your team points and do all the good things. I really appreciate it. The serpent did approach you, but I hate to tell you this, Adam was standing right there. Okay. You need to read the story. And I do believe Eve was framed. I think that, it was just a way to blame everything on women. Men were like, fuck, The world is so fucked up. Who can we blame it on? Let us blame it on women. If you are a Christian or a believer of the God of the Bible, you can just request up. The request box is open. And if you're over on YouTube, I will be having a way for you to call in real soon. But until then, if you have a question, you can go ahead and put it in the chat and I'll be happy to answer your questions.
You know, not only was Eve framed, like, she was done so dirty. She didn't even know that she was doing a bad thing by eating that peach or apple or whatever the hell it was. So yeah, there's my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, she was, you know, I don't know. I think the whole story is bullshit. but if we take this story at face value, they just blamed Eve for everything because they had no they took no ownership in what they did. I mean, if you even notice the very first few sins in the Bible, nobody repents. And it was a great opportunity for God to teach us immediately about repentance and about forgiveness and compassion. And instead, everybody threw each other under the bus. And then when we have the first murder, there's no repentance there either. There's just fear of death and God protecting a man. He was like, of course I'll protect you. You have a penis. I protect men.
I have to drop, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, then.
Coming up in my background. All right. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Thanks for sharing your song with us. You guys make sure you're following Fen. He does these D&D lives that are so good, by the way. You guys should check him out.
You. I do
Bye,
try.
Fen.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, I want to address something that SLW said in the comments. He said, Jesus accepted women as followers who supported his ministry. Of course he did. Right. Men liked subservient women. I mean, that's a given.
Well, they were also financially rolling him. You know what I mean? His bankroll. Like, you know what I mean? Like rolling him. I don't think I meant that. They were funding him, financially funding him. And so, of course, he liked them. They were financially funding him. So,
and stroking his little fragile ego.
Christ didn't say that, SLW. I think that's Paul who says there is neither male nor female. But it's funny that you say that because I'm sure as a Christian, you're probably transphobic. So you only say that when you want women to ignore all of the atrocities in the Bible against women. You never say that when we're talking about trans rights. You never bring that verse up then because you're a hypocrite. Because Christians are hypocrites.
Exactly.
And that's how it goes.
Period. Hey, Crystal.
Yes.
Have I told you how much I love you today?
Oh, no, but thank you. That means so much to me. I love you too.
You're just the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
God didn't make women. First of all, I don't believe that God created us. And he certainly, I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I swear that that my phone is able to turn itself off of Do Not Disturb. Do not use all caps in my chat. You will get muted. And if you want to come up and chat, the guest box is open. You must be 18 or over. And Lily, I don't care what you believe. I'm talking about what the scriptures say. I'm talking about what the Bible says. And I'm sorry if you don't like your Bible. I find that happens a lot. Christians don't like what their Bible says. They do a Build-A-Bear type thing with their God. And then they try to tell us that is the God of the Bible when frankly, it's not. It's just not. Hey, Nick, if you want to come on up. You guys, thank you for all of the gifts. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, there's so many. 3 Pips, Nerd Unleash, Ace, Ashra, Vice, Devils, Public Defender, Board, Schley, Witch Woman, Bree, Mystic Bear, Grumpy, so many, Kimberly, everybody, thank you so much for all the gifts. I really appreciate you. Now, Lily, you got muted. If you want to come up, the guest box is open. But
hey, was I okay to do that? Because she was warned about
you shouldn't mute her for the whole live. You should mute her for like 5 minutes. But I don't mute them for the whole live usually, just for like 5 minutes to give them a timeout rather.
I will go and unmute her and let that be an example.
Okay, there you go. Protect the babies from women. No abortion. Oh, you know what? If you don't want any abortion, then all men should get fixed until they are ready to actually plan a family. That would be the best way to prevent all abortions. All abortions are preventable by men. God multiplied a widow's oil to save her family from debt. God also took the very last amount of money that a widow had and called it good. Instead of giving her money, he took her money. That's fucking disturbing. Vasectomy is for all men. You get a vasectomy and you get a vasectomy. Okay, you're going to get muted again because you're using all caps. I don't know what to tell you, you know. You can't do that. They're going to mute you. You're not a mod. I hate to tell you that. Okay, wait. Yeah, check by tomorrow. It's hard to get frame close to camera. Need another time. I don't know what you're talking about. Is on YouTube, am I not in frame or something? I thought we were all good with all the framing. I thought I framed everything. Who framed Roger Rabbit, though, is what I want to know. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was chosen for the greatest birth story in history. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a child, and she was used without her consent. And she even tells you that because she tells you she's a slave. Slaves can't consent.
And men can't give birth, so of course they had to go with a woman.
Absolutely. Why did God have to increase her oil? He could have done so much more. I know. True. That's so true. Paul called older women worthy teachers of younger women. I don't give a fuck. Paul also said, don't let women talk. You guys think that you can just say one little nice thing and erase it. You sound just like abusive men, okay? This is what abusive men do. They go, yes, of course I beat the shit out of you. But remember that one time when I bought you a Louis Vuitton? Remember? That was nice, wasn't it? Hey, Nick, welcome to the show. How do you like my new setup?
It's so awesome. It looks great.
Thank you. I think my cat just tried to break in my room.
Alright guys, you know the drill. Let's get to double tap, tappity tapping that screen, sharing it out to at least 5 friends or more into your discords. If you have no friends or discords, that's okay. If you hit that copy link button at least 5 times, it does help boost the algorithm, as well as hit that nifty repost button, because as you're watching, it'll show up on the FYP of your friends, so that'll help. Don't forget, when you send that heart me to collect your team points after, it's that little heart button right next to Crystal's name up at the top there. Those team points boosts her on the popular live rankings, as well as boost the algorithm, so do not forget to collect those.
Oh, that's so cool! That was so cool! I was doing something right then. I just happened to look up and see it. That was really cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, okay, here's a conversation. I came as soon as I could. What's going on in here? And then Mr. Palad says, I can piss hands free. See, I think that's another proof that God hates women. Why can't we piss hands free? I think you're just proving my point here, really, when you think about it. We're tearing up the carpet, so no, I'm not going to clean it. It was a carpet that was left here by the previous owners that was destroyed, and we've already done all the other rooms in the house. Sorry, haven't done this room yet. We're going to tear it out, though.
Hey, Crystal.
Yes.
I can actually piss hands free, but it does make a mess. But to be fair, men are messy when they,
That's true.
stand up.
That is true.
Yeah. Just a deep thought for you.
That is a good thought. What if we have to admit we all servants and that itself will start the radical movement? I don't know what that means. I'm not getting new carpet, though. I don't like carpet. That's why I don't even care about this carpet. That's why I literally don't give a crap about this carpet. We're putting in tile and wood flooring. I don't like carpets. I would have had all of it torn out on day one if we were rich, but we're not rich. We are not rich. I don't know about any of you. Church is what Amy call a mainstream religion. I don't know what that means. Tell it like it is. Read some patriarchy. Yikes. Let's get rid of church. It's unnecessary. I agree. It is unnecessary. Oh, that's true. Chuck brings up a good point. Women do piss hands free. we do piss hands free.
Not standing up, though.
Not standing up. But we do piss hands free. That was a good point. That's why I sit down to pee. Don't have a mess to clean up. I taught my son to sit down and pee. I don't know if he still does it as a man, but I was like, hey, if you don't want a mess, just sit down, tuck it in, piss in the toilet. I don't know why we're talking about piss right now, so we're going to get off the piss subject. If you are a Christian or believer of the God of the Bible, you know what? I can actually change my topic. Let's do that. I'm learning all this. That's the one I just did. Okay. I kind of like this one. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because have you ever noticed that when it comes to God doing something heinous, Christians always tell us, yeah, but what is the context? Why did he do it? There's a good reason why he had to kill everybody, right? But when you say that somebody stole a loaf of bread because their family was starving, they say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a sin. Straight to jail. So why is it the context matters when God does something heinous, but when a person sins, it does not matter? Context has no relevancy. What do you guys think about that?
I think you make a good point. But, we're not God, so we can't just do shitty things and not, be held accountable.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, why does it matter? Like, why did they give him that? Why is it a special plead for God on that issue?
I think it's how they cope.
Stockholm Syndrome comes to mind.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Listen, if you're in the chat and you're asking for a book, chapter, and verse, you're going to need to be more specific. I asked a question. A question doesn't have a book, chapter, and verse. So I'm not sure why you're asking for a book, chapter, and verse right now. I asked why people special plead for this God and say that anything he does that is heinous or bad, there is a context for it, and we have to understand the context. There's a good reason why he did something. But when it comes to humans, we don't allow them any context. I'm talking about the Bible. I don't understand what you're talking about. Crystal, you started this hands-free thing. Okay, maybe I did. Maybe I did kind of start the hands-free thing. Okay, I take it all back, okay? I'm talking about anything in the Bible. Come up and talk. I don't know why you're hanging out in chat instead of coming up here. I'm talking about the fact that Christians will, if I say God unalived, children, they'll say, yeah, but why? If I say God condones slavery, yeah, but why? Do you know the grand scheme of things? Do you understand the context? And all I'm saying is you guys don't do the same thing for humans. Humans may have a very good reason why they have done something like lie. They might lie to save somebody's life. They might, steal to save somebody's life. The beauty of it is in the Jewish religion, you can do any sin if it is in order to save a life, because life is more valuable than any judgment. Like, God will not judge you. So if I have to lie to save somebody's life, God is like, I don't care about that lie. Life is more valuable than that. It is Christians who say there is no leeway. If you sin, a sin is a sin is a sin. No context is ever allowed. Again, if you want to come up and have a conversation, His Promise Ministries, it sounds to me like you have some ministry, but you don't seem to have very much faith in that ministry because you won't come up and have a conversation. Also, again, it's anything I bring up. So there is no book, chapter, or verse. I'm talking about a generalization here. I'm saying anytime I bring up bad behavior for this God, Christians cry context. But when a human does it, they don't care about the context. And you keep asking for a book, chapter, and verse, and that is not relevant. Oh my goodness.
If any God, right, of the world, any God, anyone else's God, were to say G-side a bunch of infants and children in their religious texts, Christians would lose their minds and call that God demonic. So why is their God so much more special?
Exactly.
When God decides to wipe out the firstborn infants and children of Egypt, rather than wiping out Pharaoh's officials and his army, that's heinous. That's heinous. There's no reason for that. He knew exactly how to get his people out. He knew exactly how to win that war, but he took his wrath out on innocents. There is no context in hell that makes that okay.
I sent you an invite, His Promise. If you want to come up, you can. You're asking for evidence of what? I haven't brought up a specific thing.
You did. You made a truth claim. So the burden of proof
claim?
comes to you. You said multiple things that God has done this and done that. So I
I
asked,
said, if
what?
I say God does this, Christians say that. So which thing do you want me to bring up? How God condones slavery?
I'm asking you what? Sure.
Okay, we can talk about slavery.
Well, you said that he condoned slavery, correct?
He does. Yes, he does.
Okay, so what we need in that instance is a Bible verse from the Bible where God says, "I condone and like slavery."
No, that is called an exact word fallacy. We do not need him to say
Okay.
excuse
So if there's
me,
a Bible verse
excuse
where
me, can
God
you guys
says a
mute this
person that
man
does,
when he talks over me, please? Could one of you please mute him when
I'm
he
making
talks
sure
over
you
me?
don't do the same.
Could one of you please make sure he's muted when he's talking over me? Are you both there, Nick and Kim?
Yeah, I
Okay.
gotcha.
Thank you. So it's an exact word fallacy when you say, oh, somehow the layout changed.
That was probably an accidental button push. There we go.
Okay, there we go. I'm like, woo. Anyway, I don't need it to say God condoned slavery for us to see that he condoned slavery, because he gives you laws that tell you can get slaves and where you can get them from. You know that, right? Now you may speak. You have to unmute.
Yeah, it was slave. Bad slave.
Slay. So let's read in Leviticus.
Because I'm on the side of them. Like I said, it's kind of hard to.
Oh yeah, you're kind of
but
breaking
before
up.
I even get started on it, I have to make sure you're not going to try to use an exact word. Are you going to use an exact word fallacy back and then claim it's okay?
How would I use an exact word fallacy back when you told me I have to prove my claim and I'm the one who's going to prove it?
Well, hold on. If I prove opposite of what you asked for or said or claimed, if I show it to you, you're not going to try to go for an exact word fallacy right back, are you?
No,
I'm
I
just
don't.
making sure.
I don't believe that you should use exact word fallacies. However, I am going to make sure that what you're saying is what the words actually say. Whether we have to go to the Hebrew or the Greek or what have you, we're going to make sure it says what you're claiming it says. Now we're going to go to Leviticus. We're going to go to chapter 25.
Okay, so
and we're going to, excuse me,
hold on.
No, I'm not going to hold on. I don't think you understand how this show.
To do something.
I didn't ask you to do anything. I did not ask you to do anything. I did not ask you to do anything. I am now going to read the verse where God condones slavery. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 25, verse 44. We're going to go actually back to verse 39. So you can see the difference between what servants and slaves or what have you, because people love to argue that. So let's go to verse 39. If any who are dependent on you become so impoverished that they sell themselves to you, you shall not make them serve as slaves. They shall remain with you as hired or bound laborers. They shall serve with you until the year of Jubilee. Then they and their children with them shall be free from your authority. They shall go back to their own family and return to their ancestral property, for they are my servants, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as slaves. Are sold. He's talking about the Israelites there because he brought the Israelites out of Egypt. You shall not rule over them with harshness, but shall fear your God. As for male and female slaves whom you may have, it is from the nations around you that you may acquire male and female slaves. You may also acquire them from among the aliens residing with you and from their families that are with you, who have been born in your land, and they may be your property. You may keep them as a possession for your children after you, for them to inherit as property. These you may treat as slaves, but as for your fellow Israelites, no one shall rule over the other with harshness. He still has bars, so I don't know how well this conversation is going to go because he has a really bad connection.
Okay, so you went to Leviticus. So before Leviticus, if you go to Exodus 23:15 through 16, okay, this is God and what he says about slavery. So here, let me read this and you tell me if this sounds like he condones it or if he does not like it.
No. You don't get to.
Whoa.
You do not get to go to another verse without addressing what I just read. It's so disrespectful.
Hold on, this is before what you read. This is before anything that you read.
First of all, you need to know that the
this
Bible
is hundreds of years. So you know you're wrong and you keep muting.
Oh my God! Stop talking over me.
Will you not let me read the verse? I'm just reading a line.
I'm not going to allow men to keep over talking me because I cannot stand yelling and screaming. If you want to come back up and not talk over me, you can request back up, but I'm not doing that. I'm not competing for the mic for myself. This is my show, not your show, Pumpkin. And I just read something to you and you're completely negating it. I know what it says in Exodus. It has nothing to do with what's over here in Leviticus right now. And you're not addressing the Leviticus verses. You are just pretending I didn't even read anything to you. And that's really disrespectful. That's like, you know what? She said a whole thing, but instead of addressing anything she said, I just want to make sure I get out what I have to say so I can preach to her audience. That's not okay with me. You guys want to read the Exodus verses? We can read the Exodus verses. I'll read them without him. It's not that I don't want them read. I want you to address what I brought up, and you're not doing that. What did he say? Exodus 23:15 was what he was going to read.
We already know the context for Exodus, too.
Yep.
He's going to pretend like we don't.
No, I couldn't have been 23:15. Do you guys remember what he said?
21:16.
21:16. All right.
Yeah,
so let's read all of it. So let's read all. Let's start with verse 1 in 21. Okay. These are the ordinances that you shall set before them. When you buy a male Hebrew slave, let's remember that we're talking about Hebrew slaves here because they're different, okay? When you buy a male Hebrew slave, he shall serve 6 years, but in the 7th, he shall go out a free person without debt. If he comes in single, he shall go out single. If he comes in married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master gives him a wife and she bears him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out alone. Women are treated differently. Remember, we were talking about that earlier. Remember, I said that. But if the slave declares, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out a free person, then his master shall bring him before God. He shall be brought to the door or the doorpost, and his master shall pierce his ear with an awl, and he shall serve him for life. So in order for you to actually be able to have your wife and children as a male slave back then, you had to be a slave for life. Okay. When a man sells his daughter as a slave, there it is again. She shall not go out as the male slaves do. Why? Because she's treated differently, like I said earlier. If she does not please her master who designated her for himself, then he shall let her be redeemed. He shall have no right to sell her to a foreign people, since he has dealt unfairly with her. Meaning he had sex with her, so now she's used goods. And he didn't stay married to her, so he knows that he's kind of ruined her for other men that might want a virgin, you know. if he designates her for his son, so he can fuck her and then also give her to his son to also then fuck, which is gross, in my opinion. Just saying. He shall deal with her as with a daughter. If he takes another wife, yes, because men were allowed to have multiple wives, for to himself, he shall not diminish the food, clothing, or marital rights of the first wife. And if he does not do these three things for her, she shall go out without debt, without payment of money. Now, just remember that polygamy was only for men, even though all the men up here today said that God loved women and men equally. All right, now, the law concerning violence. Whoever strikes a person mortally shall be put to death. If it was not premeditated, but came about by an act of God, then I will appoint for you a place to which the killer may flee. But if someone willfully attacks and kills another by treachery, you shall take the killer from my altar for execution. Whoever strikes father or mother shall be put to death. Whoever kidnaps a person, whether that person has been sold or is still held in possession, shall be put to death. Kidnapping is not the same as slavery because slaveries were bought legally. And so people like to use this verse to say, see, God didn't like slavery. But that verse isn't about slavery. It's about kidnapping free people and trying to, sell them. So I think that's where he was going, but he would be wrong. Whoever, whoever curses father or mother shall be put to death. It says it again. So you can't curse or strike mom or dad. Okay. Bad stuff. And Jesus reiterates this. Later, he says, y'all should be killing these kids because they're disrespectful as fuck. Okay? When individuals quarrel and one strikes the other with a stone or a fist so that the injured party, though not dead, is confined to bed, but recovers and walks around outside with the help of a staff, then the assailant shall be free of liability except to pay for the loss of time and arrange for full recovery. When a slave owner strikes a male or female slave with a rod and the slave dies immediately, the owner shall be punished. We don't even know what the punishment is. It could have literally been like a slap on the wrist. But if the slave survives a day or two, there's no punishment. For the slave is the owner's property. So I think all that did was prove my point. What do you guys think?
I think that proves the point beautifully right there. I mean,
I think it drove the point home. I think you hit it out of the park.
You guys, I don't know if he's still here, but No Degrees asking up, do you guys have the temperament?
oh.
Crystal, I thought you liked us.
That's why I'm asking ahead of time. That's why I'm asking ahead of time, because I do like you. Do you want to talk with him or not?
You know what? Why not? I have the mute power.
You do have the mute power. I don't know if he's still here. He might have left. Because if I make him, yeah, he left. When I make him wait too long, he usually leaves. American slave owners were... over in YouTube, they say American slave owners were proud Bible thumpers. Yes, they were. The Southern Baptist Convention was started to protect slave owners. You like my sparkly microphone, Slay? You can't see it, but my boom for my microphone is also pink. Okay, I'm so happy. You guys, if you are a Christian or a believer of the God of the Bible, the request box is open. If you're over on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me. Let's see, Prince, James, Six, Rainbow Ash, good to see you. Rainbow Ash, love you. Gates, Chuck, thank you all for being there. If you have a question or comment, go ahead and put it in chat. I like to read out what you guys got going on over there. And thank you all for being here today. I'm seeing what they're talking. There's there's always good little arguments going on in the chats, right? And this is the first time I can see them all. I love you too, Rainbow Ash.
Oh, no degree wants to do his new argument thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we've heard it, we've debunked it. You come up here and lie and say Dr. Joshua Bowen agrees with you, that Dr. Rabbi Hana agrees with you. They don't. You're a compulsive liar. I mean, you're trying to cope really hard.
Did you see his latest background? It basically says that atheists condone underage smecks or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know the
Last time I
argument.
checked, the president was a Christian.
Yeah.
Considering
Just saying.
statistically.
You guys, I have to
wrong.
show you what I got. Okay, can you see? Look, it's Golden Girls.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
It's Golden Girls. This is Dorothy's color.
No degree, you don't understand deep scholarly work. You don't even understand how to put your pants on in the morning. Come on. Come on. Deep scholarly work.
It's at the dollar store, or the $1.25 store, whatever.
That's cool.
So go get you some. Go get you some. They didn't have roses. I was at least not mine. I should go look. We have several of them. I should go look at some other ones. Let's see. If you need a mod help here, I do need mod. How do I? Can I mod you while I'm live over here? Add as moderator. Thank you, Rainbow Ash. You are now a mod over there on the YouTubes. Thank you. I thought you were. I don't know who was mod, because when I first set this all up, Benny did a lot of stuff for me. So literally I didn't know. Rose is I don't know if I can pick a favorite, because Dorothy's snark is like some of my favorite snark in the world, right? But Rose was so pure and loving, and I really liked her. But then Sophia, like, are you kidding me? Like, and then there's Blanche. I don't know. You should enforce. Yeah, just do the same as Joel's. Just same as Joel's.
Asking someone to pick their favorite Golden Girl it should be criminal. Like, they all bring so much to the table.
Yes, they do. Whenever I have like a really high stressful situation in my life, the kind, well, like I'm going through a little bit of a stress right now. It's not as bad as some things. I've already talked about it. I have to go in for a minor surgery on Tuesday, and they're going to be checking to make sure I don't have uterine cancer. But let's say it was like a more serious cancer and we're waiting for test results. The Golden Girls are my go-to comfort, show to keep me calm, to like relax my mind, to I don't know, like I can fall asleep to them, but I also can watch them or multitask while I don't do it all the time, but in very stressful times in my life, it's like Golden Girls will be on like on a marathon for me. Yeah,
outside of the show, I think Betty White would probably be my favorite, just because she's such a great animal, or was a great animal advocate. Like,
she was.
That I have a lot of respect for all of them, but especially Miss Betty.
Absolutely. She was a big animal advocate.
Did you guys ever see the you might have already said it, sorry, but I was writing a message. The episode of Judge Judy, when the woman who played Dorothy went on there. for animal rights activists, because they knew that they were not going to win the lawsuit on the treatment of these animals, but they went on judge duty more so to bring awareness to it. B. Arthur, thank you. My brain wasn't
I
working.
have to
B.
go
Arthur.
look that one up because why I would love to see that episode. I have to go watch it now.
It was phenomenal, and I was like, I was applauding the bravery. Like, seriously, they went up there knowing that there was nothing legally in that room they could do, but they did it specifically to get televised and bring awareness to it.
That is wild.
Yeah,
That was a boss move.
it was. Will forever be my favorite episode of Judge Judy.
I'm gonna do
YouTube B. Help me, Mom. B. Arthur on YouTube on Judge Judy. It should pop up.
I'm gonna try to do one more little background that I had earlier, but I fixed it now so that hopefully you guys can see what it says. So let's see if I can't bring this in. This is so cool that I could do things live. Oh, need a new prompt? Just make one. I like that one. This one usually gets some people to come up and ask us questions. So hopefully we'll get some questions. I love I love them all. I find it very weird that B. Arthur and Betty White, well, B. Arthur didn't like Betty White. Betty White says she liked B. Arthur, but B. Arthur, but she said Betty White didn't like her. Or B. Arthur didn't like Betty White. Betty said that.
What? Did she give a reason?
She said she never knew why. She just didn't like her.
Now we'll never know.
Yeah. Yeah, Sophia was the youngest. That's crazy, huh? So this live is actually not about the Golden Girls, although I am older than they were when they started the show. Believe it or not, I am older than the Golden Girls when they started the show. But I am an atheist. What's on your mind? Anybody can come up and talk to us during this topic. It does not have to be a believer. It could be anybody. You can come up and just ask a question, give us your point of view, share something you learned this week. Tell us about the guy who crashed out last night on your favorite creator show. I do not care. You did, Adam. I love that. I loved Maude so much. It was such a good show. And yes, they did do an episode on abortion. One of my favorite episodes of the Golden Girls, I think it's actually a two-part. I think it was a season beginning or something, but B. Arthur's character Dorothy has a mysterious illness, and she is going to doctor, and nobody believes her. And darn it, now I'm gonna forget what she had. Anyway, Betty White goes with her, and Betty White is like, I believe you, Dorothy. And she's, yes, chronic fatigue syndrome. Finally, a doctor tells her and says, I know that you have chronic fatigue syndrome. And I just loved how much Rose was like, it doesn't matter if nobody else believes. Let's keep asking. Let's keep looking for the answer because I believe you, Dorothy. And I just love that. She's such a wholesome show.
Miss Ma'am, I need to drop the phone and go handle a work issue.
Okay. Come back up if you want. If not, have a good day and don't work too hard. Joe Spector,
Thanks, love.
thank you. I guess I have the voice of a teenager, but it also could be the voice of a teenage boy. I don't know. I often get Breezy. It's so good to see you. I get told all the time that I sound like Roseanne Barr and Melissa McCarthy. And I don't sound like Roseanne Barr. I don't have her accent, you know? Just saying, I don't. Saint Joel does give good commandments. I'm sorry, what, Nick?
Isn't Roseanne more Midwest? I can't. No, they're from Illinois.
Who?
The show Roseanne.
Oh, I don't know where they are. I don't remember where Roseanne is. But Roseanne herself, doesn't she have kind of like a back east accent?
Maybe. It's honestly been so long since I heard her voice. Yeah.
I used to be able to imitate her. I'm not even going to try right now. I think somebody said Illinois or Indiana. Hi, Christina. Good to see you. Thank you. Anybody wants to come up? The guest box is open. I'm an atheist. What's on your mind? You know what? If somebody doesn't come up in a few minutes, I can do an Auntie sermon for you guys today, and I'll let you guys pick. I am going to be releasing one later today. I think it's Zilpa, actually, who is being released today. Do you guys know who Zilpa is? And some of you need to catch up, I can tell. Because I can see how many times things have been played. Some of you have not heard the Leah and Rachel episodes. So make sure you go listen to those. Yeah, I did. Zilpa is the one that's going to be released today. So if you're not subscribed, go check out Auntie Sermons, AUNTIE, or Auntie Sermons, everywhere you listen to podcasts or wherever you used to listen to your sermons. We're going through the Bible chronologically and methodically and giving a sermon to every woman or women, girl or girls, named or unnamed. So it's a chance for us to tell the men to sit down and shut up and let the women take the mic is basically what it is.
I'll give that an amen.
If the goal of spirituality is ego dissolution and self-realization, why do people fight over scriptures and argue about which path is the right one? For me, the goal is not spirituality because I don't believe in anything spiritual. So the reason I talk about the scriptures is because I live in a country that right now just told our entire people that we're in a holy war and that young people should join the armed services to serve God. That's fucked up. And I want to educate people and I want them to realize we don't have to live by something that some ancient goat herders wrote a long time ago to explain things they didn't understand. We can live in the real world now and not worship ancient Bronze Age deity. He's actually probably from before the Bronze Ages, isn't he, Nick? Like originally?
He's around that era.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The first people who were worshiping him were the Shasu people.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Prior to the Israelites. And then the Israelites adopted him in. I think the biggest downfall of religion and when it comes to that question, was the promise of an afterlife, because it takes away accountability and responsibility on Earth for fellow humanity, because that no longer matters to the average believer. All that matters is heaven is the goal.
Yeah.
So they throw out their morals, they throw out common sense, critical thinking. They build an ego, think they're set up on a pedestal because they're one of God's special chosen people who are going to get to go to this great afterlife, and everybody else is going to burn in hell. And it doesn't matter what they say or do because they're forgiven by the blood of the Lamb. Quote. So, you know, it is ego, but it's also fear. And that's predicated on an afterlife, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much for all the shares, Sassy. I really appreciate it. And for everybody who's gifted and shared and, just participated in the live this morning. I really appreciate it. I hadn't been live in a while. I had lots of shit going on. But then I got the computer and it was like one of those things. Oh, thank you so much. You guys, I love these headphones so much. I left a pair of them in Sedona and immediately had to buy another pair because they're my favorite. And I actually spent hours shopping for another, to make sure I was getting the headphones I want. But these are so comfortable and they're just so cute. I love them. But setting up a new computer to do all the things you need to do, you always think you're done. And then there's like one more thing. So I got everything all set up. And then everybody was telling me you could just use your phone as your camera, but I didn't like it. I don't know. I didn't like the way I had to set everything up in order to use my phone. So I was like, no, I'm just going to get a camera. So I got the camera that everybody tells you to get, like the Logitech 290. I don't know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Anyway, I got that. My head was like this big and just took up the whole fucking screen. And I went and cried in my bed for 2 days because I was like, what? I cannot ever go live again. My whole life is a lie. But then obviously I realized that I hadn't checked out what I could do with it on OBS and NVIDIA broadcast and TikTok studio. You have to learn 4 million software programs in order to stream. I swear to God, that's just the truth. So these are by One Audio, by the way. If you like them, they're by One Audio. I might have them in my showcase. You could look. I don't know. You don't need to go live with a paper bag on your head. I'm in lovely Southern California in the United States of America. I've got a request. Hey, Jesse, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing good. What's new?
Love to see you live. It looks awesome.
Thank you. I really like it. I think I'm so excited about this. Feels so professional now. I love it so much. And I'm not kidding. My podcast just sounds like I'm in a studio now. It's so good.
Nice. That's great. I didn't just come up here to compliment your your news. I mean, that would have been fine too. But I was just noticing how many times have you talked about Access 21 and selling daughters and all that. But I don't know. I just something I realized that nobody, at least that I've heard, maybe I'm just missed the boat, but if you're not satisfied, if the husband isn't satisfied, right? Mm-hmm. She doesn't just go free. She can be redeemed. She can be bought back. Right?
Yeah.
We just kind of glide over that a lot.
True. That's so
but
true.
She doesn't just go free. She has to be purchased back by her family. You can let her be redeemed.
Right. That is
and you can't sell her
so
to a
true.
foreigner, but you sell her back to her dad, presumably, right?
That is true.
It's like you can get a refund if you don't like her. It's not.
That
I don't know.
that is crazy. That is so true. You can get a refund. I wonder if they'll put it back on the way you paid or if you just get in-store credit.
You get 50% off the next daughter you buy from that particular man.
I'm sorry, but we don't, we don't put it back on your debit card. What happens if you've already ate the goats that he gave you? What then?
That's a great question.
Oh man, there's so many things like about these laws.
Yeah, it's like every time you look at it, there's something new that's awful that you just kind of like didn't see before.
true.
Like, oh wait, actually that part's really bad too.
It's true. So many times when I'm listening to these lives, actually, I probably have so many notes in my notepad on my phone because I'll be like, oh, I need to write that down. I didn't ever think about that, or whatever. I never looked at these things this way, so it's true. I learn every day. I hear and learn something new. Like, I just heard thinkers say today that Lilith is in the Bible, but she's an owl.
What?
Correct.
And I didn't hear, so do you know where that is?
I want to know
Nick?
this.
Yeah, give me a quick second because my
Okay.
Bible's upstairs, but give me 2 shakes.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll just do my commercial. Hey, you guys, thanks for coming to my show. I'm CrystalJae, and if you don't know, I'm the host of Auntie Sermons, the podcast, AUNTIE, and it's where we, let the women tell their stories. So make sure you go check out that. Also, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, send your heart me, collect your team points, and I do have a gift goal. If I reach my gift goal, I stay live an extra hour. If not, I'll be ending the show in just about an hour. You know what? I know one thing. I want to tell you guys that if you join my Discord, there is a channel over on my Discord called Cup of Kindness. And in the Cup of Kindness, there are a few people in the community that, have some needs that they kind of need help with. So head over to my link in my bio, and then you want to go and join my Discord, and then head to Cup of Kindness. Right now, let's see. Amber, I don't know if you guys know Amber. Amber is a beloved member of our community, and she's facing a challenge of 2 knee replacements and needs our support. Every donation, no matter the size, can make a real difference in her journey to recovery. Please consider clicking the link that is in the Cup of Kindness Discord channel and maybe donate a little bit to Amber. She's amazing. Also, I think Emmy might be in chat. I think I saw Emmy slide by. Emmy is also another amazing member of this community, and Emmy is needing some help. Recently lost their job, and they are relocating and so forth. So if you can help anybody out in the community, head over to my Discord and check out Cup of Kindness. Ray J, RJ, you don't have to ask me a question, but it's my show, so I thought people might want to ask me a question. Like, you could do a show and maybe we could come over and ask you questions. I don't know. Isaiah 34:14. Nick, is that where I go?
Yeah, sorry. It's Isaiah 34:14.
Okay. Now, I'm really bad at finding books in the Bible because, I turned to it. Because I'm not a Christian anymore, so I don't care as much as I used to. Okay. So, for context, we'll go back to verse 8, okay? For the Lord has a day of vengeance, a year of vindication by Zion's cause, and the streams of Edom shall be turned into pitch, and her soil into sulfur. Her land shall become burning pitch. Night and day it shall not be quenched. Its smoke shall go up forever. For generation to generation it shall lie waste. No one shall pass through it forever and ever. But the hawk and the hedgehog shall possess it. The owl, is that her too? And the raven shall live in it. He shall stretch the line of confusion over it. Now let me go down to, it has a, see. Oh, it says identification uncertain here. Okay, so we're going to keep going. He shall stretch the line of confusion over it, and the plummeted of chaos over its nobles. They shall name it no kingdom there, and all its princes shall be nothing. Thorns shall grow over its strongholds, nettles and thistles in its fortresses. It shall be the haunt of jackals, an abode for ostriches. Wildcats shall meet with hyenas. Goat demons shall call to each other. There too Lilith shall repose and find a place to rest. There shall the owl nest and lay and hatch and brood in its shadow. There too the buzzard shall gather, each one with its mate. Seek and read from the book of the Lord. Not one of these shall be missing. None shall be without its mate. For the mouth of the Lord has commanded, and his spirit has gathered them. He has cast the lot for them. His hand has portioned it out to them with the line. They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation they shall live in it. Okay. All right. I did not know where she was. There you go, you guys. That is where Lilith is. Now, why'd they change her to an owl? Do we know?
That I don't know, because in many of the translations it's either the Lilith, or also Lilith is another name for her.
I want to know more about the goat demons in 14.
Yeah, I do too. We should look up the goat demons. I'm going to see what I can find out.
Probably Pam's, I'm assuming. What are those things called?
Okay, the goat demons in Isaiah are one of the Bible's strangest little details. The Hebrew word is literally meaning hairy ones. In many places in the Old Testament, Sair simply means a male goat. But in a few passages, it appears to refer to supernatural beings associated with wilderness. So Isaiah 13:21, I think that says, but wild animals of the desert will be there, and their houses will be full of jackals, ostriches, and dwell there, and wild goats will dance there. But when in my version and NRSVUE, it said goat demons. Many translations render that last phrase differently. Satire shall dance there is in the KJV. The New American Standard Bible does say goat demons will frolic there. And ESV, goat demons would be such a good punk band name. I'm just saying. Okay, and ESV said wild goats shall dance there. Isaiah 34:14 says this prophecy is against Edom. The wild animals of the desert will meet with the wolves, and the wild goat will cry to its fellow. Yes, the night creature will settle there. Again, some translations read goat demon instead of wild goat. This same verse also contains the only biblical mention of Lilith. So, I don't know, it's crazy. We got some goat demons up in the house.
I know it's supposed to be bad, but they make it sound like pretty cool to go hang out there.
Right, you're going to go frolic. Frolicking's good, right? When has frolicking been bad?
I'm gonna frolic with the goat demons. All right, well, I'll drop down.
All right,
Crystal.
well, thanks for being
I just wanted to bring
here.
up that redemption thing. I was like, that's really weird.
That is very weird.
All right,
Thanks for being here, Jesse.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Take care.
RJ, I invited you up. If you want to come up and talk, come on up. If you are a Christian or believer of God, if I don't get anybody in a minute, we're going to go ahead and do an Auntie Sermon. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start reading them to you. And you guys can tell me who you want to hear about today, okay? So, not there. Okay. We can do Zilpah. We can do Potiphar's wife. Tamar's midwife. I like that one. That one's the sexy lamp theory. Shua's daughter. You guys let me know when I get to one you guys want to hear. Mehetabel, Matrid, and Mazav. I can't remember how to say her name. Ketera, Timna. Any sound interesting yet? Deborah the maid. Daughters of the Land. Let me know if any of those sound good to you. I will go ahead and read one of those for you guys today. We got a lot of talking going over on the YouTube. RJ, did you run away? I invited you up. I don't know why you ran away. You guys don't want an Auntie Sermon today? That's okay. You don't have to have one. But if you do want one, let me know who you want to hear. I'll be happy to read one for you. I'm preferential to Tamar's midwife. That's a good one. Let's see, what are we talking about over on YouTube? Can you prove God, or can all you do is straw man and try to poke holes in things? Says 6. Okay. And he's talking to Warren. So let's go down and see what Warren has to say. Can you prove God doesn't exist? No, we can't. You can't prove things don't exist. Okay, you want to hear Zilpah? Okay, I can do Zilpah. That's going to be released today. So if you end up missing some of it, you can catch up on it by going to the episode later today or tomorrow. So let's do Zilpah. I think I need to move this closer to me because I'm old. I think I want to do this. All right. Okay, I have a problem. Let me see if this fixes the problem. Okay, it will. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. I will try to look at you every once in a while. It's weird to have a camera in a different place now, too. All right. Genesis 29:24. Laban gave his maid Zilpah to his daughter Leah to be her maid. This is how Zilpah enters the Bible. And at this point in Genesis, the plot is so repetitive, it's almost boring. Another woman, another transfer, another body moved from one set of hands to another. She enters the way furniture enters a room, the way livestock enters a household. She is given. Before we know her story, before we know her body will bear sons, before tribes will rise from her womb, the text tells us exactly where she stands in the moral order. She is property, and the Hebrew makes that unmistakably clear. The word translated here is as maid is shifha. It does not mean helper. It does not mean servant in the modern sense. It means a female slave, owned, transferable, without legal autonomy. This is not metaphorical slavery. This is not symbolic service. This is chattel slavery. The text is not confused about this. It does not soften it. It does not explain it. It simply assumes it. Before Zilpah is a mother, before she is useful, before she produces anything of value, the Bible introduces her as someone who can be given away. Her name. The Bible gives us her name and then refuses to explain it. That alone should make us pause, because when the Bible likes a woman's name, it tells us why. When it wants us to feel something about a name, it slows down. But Zilpah's name is dropped into the story and abandoned. When we turn to the Hebrew, it doesn't get much better. Classical Hebrew lexicons associate her name with meanings like drooping, weak, frail. Words about the body, words about failure to stand upright. Frankly, the possible meanings of her name read like a list of insulting adjectives. Not wisdom, not beauty, not strength, just physical diminishment. Droopy. Really? And when you read that, you start to realize something uncomfortable. The text does not just enslave her body, it labels it. She is named in a way that prepares the reader not to care. Wife or slave. Now, here's where the text creates a problem it never resolves. After establishing Zilpah as enslaved, the text then tells us something else. Genesis says she is given to Jacob as a wife. That matters. In Jewish tradition, wife is not nothing. Wife is status. Wife is legitimacy. Wife is supposed to mean protection, standing, recognition. But watch what the text does next. After calling her a wife, it never treats her like one. From that moment on, she is not remembered as Jacob's wife. She is not spoken of independently. She is not elevated. Instead, the text keeps calling her Leah's maid over and over again, even after she bears sons, even after those sons are fully legitimized, even after those sons become tribes. She is a wife in name and a slave in memory. And that tension is not accidental, because in the ancient Near East, wife was not a single category, it was a hierarchy. There were primary wives, secondary wives, slave wives, wives taken for alliance, wives taken for labor, wives taken for reproduction. And all of them could legally be called wife. But not all wives were protected. Not all wives had status. Not all wives were remembered. Some wives existed for one purpose only, to produce. Zilpah is that kind of wife. She is used as a breeder. A wife whose body is upgraded just enough to legitimize children, but whose person is never upgraded at all. Her sons rise, her status freezes. She is not treated like Leah. She is not treated like Rachel. She is not even treated like a remembered wife. She is treated like an incubator with a legal label. And the text is comfortable with that. Every time Zilpah appears, Zilpah is mentioned only a handful of times in the entire Bible. Here is every verse where she appears. Genesis 29:24. Laban gave his maid Zilpah to his daughter Leah to be her maid. Genesis 30:9. When Leah saw that she had stopped bearing children, she took her maid Zilpah and gave her to Jacob as his wife. Genesis 30:10 and 11. Zilpah, Leah's maid, bore Jacob a son. Then Leah said, "Good fortune," and she named him Gad. Genesis 30:12 and 13. Zilpah, Leah's maid, bore Jacob a second son. Then Leah said, "Happy am I, for the women will call me happy." So she named him Asher. Genesis 35:26. The sons of Zilpah, Leah's maid, Gad and Asher. Zilpah's story, a synopsis. Zilpah enters the biblical story as an enslaved woman owned by Laban. She is given to Leah. Later, she is given again to Jacob. The text calls this second transfer a marriage. Zilpah does not speak. She is not consulted. She is not asked. She bears two sons for Jacob. Leah names them. Leah explains what they mean. Leah receives the social benefit. Zilpah's body produces children who would become tribes of Israel. Her sons are counted as fully legitimate. Their names are remembered. Their descendants matter. Zilpah herself is never elevated. God never speaks to her. No one asks how this costs her. She's never remembered as a wife. Even after bearing sons, even after those sons become tribes, the text continues to identify her only as Leah's maid. Her story begins with ownership. It ends with a label. And what should trouble us most is not just what happens to Zilpah, but how familiar this pattern will become. A woman's body is used to bring something sacred into the world. The outcome is celebrated. The woman is forgotten. This will not be the last time the Bible tells a story like this. Rabbinic teaching and the silence around Zilpah. When we turn to rabbinic teaching, we might expect something to change, something the rabbis argue. Sometimes the rabbis argue with the text. Sometimes they soften it. Sometimes they rescue women the Bible leaves exposed. But with Zilpah, that doesn't happen. Rabbinic tradition notices her only when it has to. She appears when lineage is needing explaining. She appears when the sons need legitimizing. She appears when tribal math requires an origin story. But she is never treated as a moral problem. The rabbis explain Leah. They justify the strategy. They protect the sons. They preserve the structure. Zilpah herself is not questioned. Her consent is not discussed. Her suffering is not examined. Her elevation is not imagined. Even when the text calls her a wife, rabbinic tradition quietly returns her to where she started, Leah's maid, a means to an end. This is not because Zilpah didn't matter, but because actually taking her seriously would have forced the tradition to question who gets power, who gets inheritance, and whose bodies are allowed to be used without consequence. Christian teaching, when usefulness becomes holy. When we move from the biblical text into Christian teaching, something changes. Not the facts, the framing. Christian teaching rarely lingers on Zilpah herself. It lingers on what came from her. God built Israel anyway. God worked through broken family systems. God brought good out of bad situations. Zilpah's suffering fades into the background while the outcome takes center stage. This is how Christianity often deals with horrific events in the Bible. The question is never, should this have happened? The question is always, why did God do it? And once that question is accepted, the devastation no longer matters. The violence doesn't matter. The coercion doesn't matter. The woman doesn't matter because it all supposedly works towards God's greater good. But there is no good reason to rape a woman. There is no holy justification for violating a body. There is no divine excuse that makes exploitation acceptable. Not even a bloodline. Especially not a bloodline. And this is where the logic completely collapses because Zilpah's sons do not lead to the Messiah. The Bible never presents Gad or Asher as necessary to the central plot. They are not required for salvation history. They are not essential to redemption. They are not required at all, which means Zilpah's suffering cannot even be defended. By the argument, that means Zilpah's, let me read that again. Which means Zilpah's suffering cannot even be defended by the argument Christianity reaches for most often. She is not violated for the Messiah. She is violated for structure, for continuity, for tribal math. Christian teaching still insists on calling this meaningful, still insists on calling this necessary, still insists on calling it God working through brokenness. But when the outcome is not redemption and the cost is a woman's body, what remains is not mystery. It is utilitarianism. Zilpah is not condemned. She is simply absorbed. Her body becomes a means. Her experience becomes irrelevant. And her exploitation is reframed as participation in something sacred. And this way of telling the story should feel familiar because Christianity loves this storytelling style. Women are a prop to move the story along, from Zilpah to Mary. Their bodies used as incubators, and it is seen as holy. Zilpah and Mary, the same structure. Before we compare women, we need to compare systems because this is not about personalities. It is about how bodies are used. Zilpah's body is used to advance what the text calls God's plan. Not redemption, not salvation, continuity. Her body stabilizes a household. Her womb solves a problem. Order is preserved. Mary's body is also used to advance what Christianity calls God's plan. This time it is salvation. This time it is redemption. This time the stakes are cosmic. Different outcomes, same mechanism. In both stories, a woman's body becomes the means by which something sacred enters the world. The plan moves forward through her flesh. The theology celebrates the result. The cost of the woman fades into the background. That is the pattern. Now let's talk about consent. Zilpah's consent is never mentioned. She is enslaved. Consent is structurally impossible. Her availability is assumed. Mary's consent is emphasized. An angel speaks, a question is asked, a response is given. And Christians point to that response as proof of righteousness, of obedience, of faith. But consent does not exist in a vacuum. Mary is a young girl, a child by every social and legal standard of her world. And children cannot give consent. Even before we talk about angels or prophecy, a child cannot meaningfully consent to what is being asked of her. And even if Mary had been an adult, the power imbalance would still make true consent impossible. This is not equal speaking. This is not a negotiation. This is God and human. An infinite authority confronting a finite person. A future declared, not offered. A role assigned, not chosen from alternatives. So the question is not whether Mary understood what was happening. The question is whether she understood that saying no was never truly an option. And that brings us to the word she chose. When Mary responds to the angel, she says, I am the Lord's servant. But that word does not mean servant. In Greek, Mary calls herself doule, a female slave, a bondwoman, someone who belongs to someone else. And this is where we need to be honest about what Mary is doing. Mary is not diminishing herself because she lacks worth. She is naming reality. She understands the imbalance. She understands the hierarchy. She understands that resistance is not on the table. Calling herself a slave is not confusion, it's clarity. It is the language of someone who knows there is no meaningful way to refuse the God of the universe. Zilpah is called a slave by the text. Mary calls herself one. Two women, two bodies, two plans said to come from God, and both are framed using the same logic: availability, obedience, and the surrender of self. And we should not rush past that word. Mary does not have to call herself a slave. She could have said servant. She could have said follower. She could have said chosen, but she doesn't. She reaches for the most accurate word she has. I am the Lord's slave. Why submission feels like real. Oh, I'm sorry. So we have to ask why women learn this language so fluently. Why submission feels like realism. Why acceptance feels like wisdom. Why survival gets mistaken for holiness. And this is where the conversation stops being ancient and starts being painfully familiar, because this is not the only time a young person shaped by religious belief has understood that compliance was the safest option available. Okay, before we go any further, we need to talk about someone who lived this in real time, someone whose story helps us understand how belief can reshape how a person understands harm, and how reclaiming yourself can take years. Her name is Elizabeth Smart. Elizabeth Smart, Belief, Survival, and Reclaiming the Self. Before we go any further, I need to say this clearly. The next part of this sermon references kidnapping and sexual violence. I will not be graphic, but I will be honest. If you need to step away or take a breath, please do so. Elizabeth Smart did not grow up on the margins. She grew up in a loving, stable home, a religious home. She was raised in a devout Latter-day Saint family, surrounded by faith, structure, and moral teaching. She was taught obedience. She was taught modesty. She was taught that virtue was something you guarded. She was taught that goodness was tied to purity. And in the religious culture she grew up in, there was a message, sometimes explicit, sometimes implied, that it was better to die than to lose your virtue. That teaching mattered. It shaped how girls understood their bodies. It shaped how they understood worth. And it shaped what survival was allowed to look like. Elizabeth Smart was 14 years old when she was kidnapped from her bedroom. A man entered her home in the middle of the night, threatened her family, and took her away. For 9 months, Elizabeth Smart was held captive. She was repeatedly abused. She was isolated. She was controlled through fear, coercion, and religious manipulation. And years later, when Elizabeth began to speak publicly, she explained something that made people deeply uncomfortable. During her captivity, she believed she was ruined. That once her purity was taken, she was no longer worth saving. That escape no longer mattered, that resistance no longer made sense. Those beliefs did not come from her captor. They came from the religious messages she had absorbed long before her kidnapping. Obedience became survival, compliance became safety, endurance became the only option that felt morally available. Elizabeth has been very clear about this. She was not consenting. She was coping. She was doing what people do when refusal feels impossible and survival feels like the only remaining moral choice. And it took years after her rescue to unlearn the idea that what was done to her defined who she was. It took years to reclaim her body as her own, her voice as her own, her worth as something that had never been lost. Elizabeth Smart did not become strong because of what happened to her. She became strong by rejecting the belief system that told her she was already gone. And this is why her story belongs here, not because her experience is the same as Mary's. It is not. But because it helps us understand something essential. How belief can reshape how a person understands harm, how obedience can feel like the only righteous response, and how accepting a role does not mean that the role was freely chosen. Elizabeth Smart shows us that survival can look like surrender, and that reclaiming yourself often begins with rejecting the language that once kept you alive. And when we return to Mary's words, I am the Lord's slave, we are no longer hearing blind faith. We are hearing a young person accurately naming a situation where refusal did not feel possible. And that should change how we tell these stories. And before we close, we have to come back to Zilpah, because the story was never really about Mary, and it was never really about Elizabeth Smart. It was about her. Elizabeth Smart did not consent. She was a captive. Mary did not consent. She names herself accurately. And she understands the imbalance she is standing inside of. And Zilpah? Zilpah was never even given the dignity of being asked. Elizabeth Smart was held captive. Mary names herself captive, and Zilpah is named captive by the text itself. In Hebrew, Zilpah is called a shipha, a female slave, property, transferable, owned. In Greek, Mary calls herself doule, a female slave, a bondwoman, someone who belongs to someone else. Different languages, same word, same logic. And Zilpah is given the title of wife, but she is treated exactly as what the text already decided she was, a shipha, a woman whose body existed to produce. Elizabeth Smart survives and reclaims herself. Mary is exalted and remembered. But Zilpah, no one paints her. No one builds her statues. No one places her on a front lawn with a bathtub over her head. No one prays to her. No one calls her holy. The text diminishes her. Tradition forgets her. The system uses her and moves on. And writing this sermon has made something painfully clear to me. I do not believe free will exists anywhere in Scripture, and I most certainly do not believe it exists for women. Not then and not now. Because when free will does not exist, what gets called obedience is often just survival. What gets called faith is often just adaptation. What gets called holiness is often just learning the language of captivity. Women are still giving themselves the title of slave. You can say it in Hebrew, shipha. You can say it in Greek, doule. You can say it from the pulpit and call it beautiful. But Elizabeth Smart teaches us something else. She shows us that what was done to you does not get to name you. What you endured does not define you. What a system needed from your body does not determine your worth. Zilpah is not what the text says she is. She is not property. She is not a breeder. She is not drooping. She is not weak. They diminished her. I will not. Zilpah is a mother of Israel. She is a survivor. Zilpah endured a system that never intended to honor her. And if sainthood means bearing unbearable things without becoming what the system said you were, then if there ever was a saint, it was Zilpah. And that's today's Auntie Sermon. I don't have a sound effects, but yay! So anyway, if you have any questions or commentaries or anything about my Auntie Sermon, feel free to request on up. Guest box is open. Nick, what are your thoughts?
An amazing sermon as always. It's this ongoing argument with Christians. Did Mary have a choice? And no, she never did.
No.
I mean, one of the first things the angel has to say to her is, "Be not afraid," because he knows it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. So what underage girl is going to go, no, okay, thank you, bye. Like, let's be so for real.
Yeah, for
She
sure.
never had a choice.
No, she didn't have a choice. And she tells you that when she calls herself a slave. You know? Just saying, you know? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That is so cute. I really like it. That is so cute. I love it. Oh, you know what? I don't even know if you guys. I actually keep bubbles around me all the time. I like to blow bubbles. I think it's very relaxing. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube, what are your thoughts? I see you guys talking over there about goat demons and stuff. If the alternative is nothing, yet there is something, how can something be anything for no reason at all? What? God dropped us where the angels fell. That sounds like a bumper sticker, doesn't it? You're even lying about what science says to have an argument. Fucking sad. That is an atheist talking to a Christian, by the way. There is no justifying the murder of children. The Bible is an insult to God. You teach children, you don't murder them. I agree. Don't murder children.
Did anybody try telling God that?
Somebody said, I believe God is real, but I fund the devil daily. Which one is truth? I don't. If I'm the devil and you're funding me, keep doing it. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I fund the devil daily? Wow. That's kind of cool. You guys, I can't have any of the devil's lettuce until after surgery.
Well, that sucks.
I know. Do you know how cranky I'm going to be for the next week or so?
That's so odd. Why did they say you can't?
You actually just should. Here's the thing. It's because I intake it through my lungs. Anything you do that with, you should, if you know you're going to have surgery, you should stop immediately. Okay. Until after surgery. It's better for anesthesia. It's just a precaution.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I will be, not partaking until, and I think you have to wait like a few days after too, especially because, you have usually pain meds and shit, I think you're supposed to wait a couple days. I don't know. All right, you guys, I'm going to be live for about 30 more minutes. Hey, Inquisitor, how are you? All right, have a good drive home. Drive safe, sir. Drive safe. I know. I do think it's cool when I'm forced to have a tea break, because then once the tea break is over, it's like, it's like, oh, this stuff hits hard. You can buy something cheap and it'll really still work like really good. So yeah, I do like that.
You might have to switch the topic up.
Okay, I could do that. And I could do it so easy now. Watch this. I might change it to, this one really seemed to get everybody wanting to come up. We'll go with this one. We'll do this one. And if you're over on the YouTubes, feel free to ask your questions in chat, and I'll do my best to ask. Yeah, I think I've read most of them over there. I cannot prove God doesn't exist, but that's not my topic today anyway, so not really something I'm trying to do. But I could pretty much prove that the Christian God doesn't exist. That one, I'm pretty convinced. That one was always fake.
They tried too hard with the building of Jesus. They were trying way too hard. And that's what confuses a lot of Christians when I say, well, I believe that, in the Old Testament God, but not Christian God. And they're like, how can you not believe in Jesus? Well, they were trying too hard. When you read about the Old Testament God, it reads like every male dominant dictator leader on the face of this planet. That's believable. But when it came to Jesus, they were trying to push that narrative way too hard.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes, when you just try too hard, right? And then we go, Mezzo. I don't know if you're just sliding by, but think I saw you there. How do you like the new look, Mezzo? So I might be on some other shows soon because I was waiting for my computer. I have been invited to co-host with Justin. But I told him I wanted to wait until I got my computer, so hopefully we'll be doing something soon. And there's some other places that I've been asked to maybe guest or co-host, and so you might see me around some new places now that I have a nice little setup.
Nice, nice,
I'm really
nice. Get
excited.
it. Get it. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. You put a
Well,
lot of work into your platform.
do you mind doing a commercial break for me for a minute, and I will go powder my nose?
Absolutely. Alrighty, everybody, let's get to double tapping that screen. Share it out to at least 5 friends or more, and to your discords. Oh, sorry, itch on the back. If you have no friends or no discords, that's okay. You can hit that copy link button at least 5 times, as that does also help boost the algorithm, as well as hit that nifty repost button. So when you hit the repost button, it shows up on your friends' at FYP as you're watching, and it brings new people in as well. And the more people who repost, the further it gets to the FYP. Do not forget to collect your team points. So when you send that Hurt Me, if you click on the Hurt Me button again, it's going to give you a whole list of things that you can do for the day, be it watching the live, gifting, doing the Hurt Me. You collect team points for that, which boosts Crystal up on the league tiers, as well as helps boost it into the algorithm. So make sure you guys are collecting your team points. Gifting is not necessary, but as always, grateful for it because it helps further these lives. As you can see, the new computer, the new setup, everything is absolutely phenomenal. She's coming in a lot more clear. The picture is more clear. So this has been an awesome movement from the community and helping support her reaching her goals. So thank you everybody for that. Thank you to our top viewers. We got Devil's Public Defender, we have Lilith, we have Schley, we have Ashra, Poke Guru Me, I'm sorry, I butchered that one. JNC, Witch Woman, myself, Miriam, Noah's Case, Joe, Holy Ghost, Katie, and Godwin. Thank you for our top 14 and everything you do, and thank you everybody so much for the ongoing support for Crystal.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You are muted, my love.
Oh. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. I have things working again. Joe, good to see you. Welcome in. Well, I will be ending the live in about 20 minutes, unless we meet our gift goal, which gifts are appreciated but never required. But just so you know, all your gifts are going to be going to some medical expenses and paying the vet bills for George. I had to put my beloved dog down on Monday, and of course there's vet bills that come with that, even though there's, George is no longer with us. So and I'm going to be having surgery, and it's not the only surgery I have this year. I have at least one more probably this year. So just so you know, that's where all your gifts go. It helps pay for some very serious bills and stuff. I know it was really, really hard. Like, George was such a sweet dog, and I had him for about 16 years. And just recently, like, his back legs, his mobility, just got worse and worse. And I didn't expect for it to be Monday. Like, I knew it was coming up that I would have to make that decision. But Monday evening, he couldn't even stand on his back legs anymore. And when we took him into the doctor, to the vet, he told me he also has an enlarged heart and a heart murmur. he was already pretty blind and deaf, and I didn't want him to suffer anymore just so that I wouldn't be sad, you know. I hate, as a matter of fact, like I had such a hard time with it. I don't think I ever want another pet again because I can't do it. I can't, and I have more pets, by the way. I just don't want to get any more now on top of that because I can't take saying goodbye. I can't take it. I cannot take it. Every time I walk in my room, I keep forgetting that he's not here. It sucks. And don't worry, I'm not going to cry because I cried already all day yesterday. So, I know, you know what, Asher? I have, and do any of you suffer from anticipatory grief? Or am I like the only fucking person who does this? I have anticipatory grief where I will imagine that every single person I love in some form or fashion dies, and I literally cry and grieve like they're really dead, even though nothing has happened to them. But it sucks. So when I know somebody isn't doing well, or like my pet isn't doing well, I end up having this whole crying thing and everything long before they ever leave this earth, because my brain keeps like reliving it and until it actually happens. And it doesn't soften it, by the way. I cry just as hard every time I imagine it or it really happens.
I think it goes under the intrusive thoughts category.
It is part of my OCD, by the way. It is. It's definitely part of my OCD. That's what happened to David before his baby died. He had anticipatory grief. But unlike David, the minute somebody I love does actually die, I do not, the grief doesn't end. Like for him, he was like, okay, what's for dinner? I'm fucking hungry. That baby's finally dead. What's going on? What can I eat? You know, that's not how it works for me. I wish I could get over it as fast as David did, but let's face it, David didn't want that baby. God did a post birth abortion for him, so he was probably pretty relieved at that point. Yeah, he might have had anticipatory shame, Noah. He might have.
To be honest, except for the one, I don't think he really cared about any of his kids.
Oh no, I don't think so.
He really didn't care too much. Like when his daughter got raped by her own brother, like he was like angry about it, but he didn't do anything about it. It took her other brother to do something about it. It's like I don't know. David was just
I like what
something else.
Ashra said. David also got over his sin way too fast. I still feel guilty years later, and I didn't sin. No, for real though. Like I can have anticipatory guilt. Okay, like I will just think of doing something, and I'll be like, "Oh, now I feel guilty about that." RJ, I've invited you up. I don't know why you don't come up. Just come up and let's talk.
RJ just wants to burk in the comments.
And to me, when I see them do that, I just think that they really like don't have anything valuable to say, and that's why they stay in the comments, because that way they could just troll and have fun. If they had anything of substance, they would come up and have a conversation and want to, I don't know, like educate people on their point of view. I did invite you up earlier, RJ. It does go away sometimes, you know. So I'm not lying. Just did it again. I also got a clicky clacky I got a clicky clacky keyboard, you guys. I love it. So I sent it to you again, RJ. So who's lying now, sir?
He might not be getting it because depending on the region, he might not have enough followers to come up. RJ, are you able to hit the 2 people button at the bottom of your screen to request up?
Aw, Asher, I'm sorry. Hey, Mr. Lucky, good to see you over there on YouTube.
You know, there's some days that I still call my dog Gemma. The name of our family dog passed away about 4 years ago. Remy. Sometimes
Aw.
both my mom and I accidentally do that. Well, because we had her for 15 years. We got her the Mother's Day before Bug was born. So yeah, it happens. I mean, when my grandparents' cat passed away, like she was also kind of the family cat too, right? And you for the longest time you could swear you could still hear her walking up around upstairs. Takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of time.
Yeah. I don't think I want any more dogs because I just don't want to have to say goodbye to another pet. It's very hard for me. Like I understand that that most human beings, have a hard time when somebody they love or one of their pets dies. Like I get that, but like it's even harder for me. Like I do not deal well with death. I just don't. So psychologically, I don't think I can handle it, but did I go online and look for dogs to adopt in my area? That may have happened. I cannot confirm nor deny that. I'm sorry. Quit asking such pressing questions, Nick. No, I'm just kidding.
My mom did the same thing. After Remy passed away, it was about a month later, because she was like, "No, no more dogs. I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do this anymore." I mean, Remy was with her through the worst of the worst parts of her life, right? And then she come across this ad for these puppies, and it was farm puppies, right? So the guy was only charging, I think it was like $60 or something like that for him. So I sent my sister and brother out there because my mom just cannot have a dog. She can't. So they brought home Gemma, and mom was immediately like, "Oh yeah, she's a Jack Russell Australian Shepherd mix, and she is the oddest looking hooch. She's got big rabbit hind legs, short stubby front legs. She's got the face of an Australian Shepherd, but a body of a wiener dog. I don't understand that one. And then she's got this weird fluffy tail. Like she's hilarious. But yeah.
I love that. Here's my clicky clacky keyboard, Noah. Of course, it's it does fun light up stuff and stuff. I did look at Jack Russell Terriers specifically. They're so cute. But yeah, I don't know that I can do that right now. I don't know. Just don't know if I can handle it. Wait, why do you think God hates women? This is a very interesting take. Well, I think God hates women because now, of course, I don't believe in God, so I'm speaking of the character in the book, God. Oh, hang on, we got a special guest. Just 1 moment. Hi, Mezzo. Welcome to the show. Can I get your age for TikTok purposes?
I'm 56 years old. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yes.
My headphones, one of them the mic works and one doesn't, so it's always a crapshoot. I wanted to console you for just a moment and give you my share some grief with you. That sucks. That's it.
Yeah.
And we have two really old dogs that we're kind of just counting the days. One is like ready, and the other is it's hard to tell. She could be one of those dogs that turns 28. We
Yeah.
just don't know.
It's hard to
So
tell. So like I took him in and they said, like, do you want us to I said, yeah, I want a quality of life check. Like, I don't want to end his life if there's lots of years up, but he, was having so much trouble even standing up. And I couldn't do it.
yeah,
I couldn't make him live that life, just for my happiness.
yeah, it's one of ours is getting close there. I have this isn't going to come close to fixing anything, but this might make you a little happy. Do you have your clicky clacky computer there?
Yes.
Go to badbiblehub.com/whiteboard.
Okay.
You've seen our whiteboard.
Yes.
I added a new feature below,
Okay.
so you'll see a donkey drawing and stuff. But there's a new random insult generator that will
Can't wait. I gotta do that.
help us avoid ableist, racist, and misogynistic insults.
I love that. That's okay. Feather brain. You fucking feather brain. What the fuck's wrong with
And I got to tell you, Crystal, there's like 100 in here, and a lot of them, like more than 10, have gooch in it.
you? Yes, thank you.
Because we pulled Cat Mama went through the like Discord and pulled a bunch of the ones that we were all suggesting, and so I put all those in and some more.
Noah, you are such a motherfucking uncle fucker. That was the next one. Oh, cognitive deadhead. That's a dead end. I'm sorry. Deadhead is a good one too, but dead end, that's a good one. This is so cool.
By the way, this is like not perfectly reviewed. If you find one that is super insensitive to like the wrong group, then let me know. I'll take it out. But I just kind of glanced at it. So that's just something you can feel free to use. That's a resource. That's what we do. We make insult resources for the community.
I've been thinking about the Bad Bible Hub because I've decided that from now on, like when Christians ask me something about a translation, I'm going to go, okay, well, let me go check the Bad Bible Hub translation. And then I'm just going to read whatever's in my Bible anyway, but I'm going to.
Yeah. No, it's a good shout out. Yeah, I like that.
Just a second. Let me check Bad Bible Hub really quick. I don't know. I thought they always go check Blue Letter Bible and shit, right?
Yeah. Or Bible Hub. I mean, that's what this is based off of. Yeah. Okay. Well, I wanted to share that with you because if you scan through there, I'm sure you'll find a gooch before too long, and I thought that would give you a laugh. So
Soup for brains, bird brain, chucklehead, rube, sharp as a bowling ball, simpleton, puzzle missing most of the pieces, a few fries short of a happy meal, dork, POSFF.
Just dork.
Yes. Confidently incorrect.
After all the other ones, for some reason, dork is so funny compared to the like complicated other ones. Just classic.
Okay, you got taint sniffer, so we're getting closer to the gooch, I think.
Yeah.
No. Okay, if you guys don't know about the gooch, one day, Meza, what did you say you had? You said you had some kind of like exploding taint. No, I don't remember what you said you had.
I mean, the medical term is exploding taint, but but it turned out it wasn't a prostate infection at all. At least no one seems to think so. So it's like related to my spine pain. It's just my spine pain is shooting into my gooch.
Oh, so I went and looked up like whatever he said, and then it said like a gooch is a synonym for taint, and I never knew
I
that.
had never known that.
And now I fucking love it. It's like my favorite word. So if you see me in chat calling somebody a gooch, you know what I'm doing now. Okay.
It just sounds so nasty. Like it sounds like it comes like with the word dirty like incorporated into
I
it.
also picture like a, kind of like a mob boss or New Yorker going, "What the fuck is your problem, you fucking gooch? What you doing here?"
Yeah, it's a little Italian. Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? You gooch. Missing a few
Like
cards from
Gucci.
the deck. Yeah, yeah. Muppet without a hand up their ass. Nodding
That's mine.
donkey. Piece of shit, which, well, yeah, we use cheesehead. Empty vessel. Lunkhead.
I can't believe it's taking so long.
I haven't
like,
found one gooch.
It's like every other one.
I'm gonna keep going. Oh, numpty, that's Joel's. Numpty.
I'll add a few more
Oh, and
gooches.
you put binoculars in there. I love binoculars. That's one of my favorites. I still haven't come across gooch yet. Ignorant, ate the crown, cheese dip. I'm gonna keep going.
Cheese dip is my favorite. Cheese dip's my new go-to. I think that's so funny.
I love cheese dip. That is good. Man who fucks their own hands. That's like most men. Okay, I'm sorry. Douche.
Most of us make love to our hands, so this is kind of like it's just a dig at the way they're doing it.
Fucker, aka fucking fucker.
I think, wasn't that yours? I think that's one of yours.
No, that one's
Oh,
not
you're
mine, but that's a
kidding.
good one. AKA Super Gooch. I
There
finally
we
got
go.
it.
Okay, what a good one to land on. Okay, all right.
No.
Well, enjoy those. I have to get back to work, but
Okay.
have a laugh and feel free to use them. You don't even have to credit us. It's fine.
Thank you. But I am
It's a
going to every
free
once in a
resource.
while go, hey, let's head to Bad Bible Hub.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Have a great day, you guys. Schmezzo.
Bye, Nick.
The man,
Bye, see ya.
the mystery. Schmezzo. All right, y'all. Well, I'm live for like 4 more minutes. Anybody got question, commentary? I don't know. Somebody said, wait, why do you think? Oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about why God hates women. I can do that in 4 minutes. I can do that in 4 minutes. God hates women because from the beginning of the Bible to the end of the Bible, everything in there about women is just disgusting. Like it's not good. It's not. We are property, and the Bible is written too, man. Like if you actually read the words, at no point are those words to women. We are listed as property in the 10 Commandments, so he can't be speaking to us because we're listed as property. At the end of Genesis, they count all the people who are with Jacob, and they purposely leave out the women. The Bible has, I don't know how many, people are named in the Bible, but it's hundreds, maybe over 1,000. I don't know how many, but it's a lot. And less than 5% are women's names. So, I'm just saying, if I told you all of this about a man I was dating, you would tell me that man hates you. And I'm just telling you, this God hates you if you're a woman. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, wait.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to Bug. I didn't realize I was still unmuted. My bad.
That's okay. I thought you said something. You freaking gooch. I thought you were talking. I'm just kidding. All right, you guys. I am so glad you all.
That says Sir Gooch to you. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, Sir Gooch a lot. You guys, I'll be back tomorrow with another wonderful program. Oh, wait. I might not be back tomorrow because, as you know, the hospital called me. I have to go in for some pre-op. If I have time, I'll come do a live tomorrow. But I don't know how long that all is going to take, so I got to go do that. But the day after tomorrow, I'll make it up for you. And if I can, I'll go live this weekend at some point.
Yeah, I'll be going live here shortly too, because it's been a hot minute since I've been live. I got a new topic up. Why should I leave my religion for Christianity? So hopefully it brings in some good dialogue, because you don't usually see the theists up against theists. So I'm kind of curious to how it's going to play out.
I do have a guest coming up. We can talk to them real quick if you want, if they load. We'll see if they load. I don't know how long they've been in there. I just saw it. I didn't see it earlier. Marianne, are you with us? Are you with us? Can you hear us? Did you mean to join? Mary Amquin, 76. Mary Am? I don't think you meant to. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. Thanks for being here. All right, you guys. An insult generator, huh? Wait, is that bad? I thought it was kind of fun. I hope that's not bad. I thought it was kind of fun. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will be back tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Like I said, the day after tomorrow, probably. And normally I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Don't forget to check out Auntie Sermons later today. I will have that episode up that I read to you today, Zilpa. And if you haven't checked out the other episodes, you should. You really should, because they're fucking good. I'm just telling you. There's also some bonus episodes out. And go subscribe to me over on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate all of you as well. Chuck, Mr. Lucky, Six Sam Gross, Paulo, I don't know, Chef Boyardee, and everybody else over there. Thank you so much for being there. And Ash, thank you for being my mod over there. And to all my wonderful mods here, thank you so much for all you do. And thank you for all the gifts, likes, shares. Who can we raid? Who is live right now? Are you going live like right now, Nick? Do you want us to raid you?
I'm not going live for about half an hour because I
Okay.
got some things I have to set up first. So I'm not sure who's live right now.
Somebody let me know who's live and we will go and raid them. Don't forget to check out badbiblehub.com for all your insults and your bad Bible. Virtue is live. Joel will be soon. Oh, Joel will be soon. Let's go to Virtue for right now because I freaking love Virtue. And she's amazing. You guys go raid Virtue. Say CrystalJae loves you. I love all you. I will see you around the mean streets of TikTok and YouTube. Bye, everybody.
Bye.